Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something that honestly frustrates a lot of people. Reliable internet access.
It's a universal challenge, really.
Exactly. Think about Maya, maybe a graphic designer, moves out a bit further from the city, suddenly finds the internet options are just terrible, client calls are a mess.
Yeah, or non-existent. We hear that story a lot.
Or David, maybe he rents, and the whole idea of drilling holes, scheduling technicians every time he moves, it's just a huge hassle.
Right, those traditional hurdles.
Yeah, these are really common problems, and they kind of point to this gap we have. But what if getting online was simpler, like plug and play simple?
No, that's the promise, isn't it?
It is, and that's what we're unpacking today with AT&T Internet Air. We want to go beyond the ads, look at the features, the good stuff, and importantly, the limitations. We're using insights from Tony's how-tos on YouTube to guide us.
Yeah, and our goal here is really to give you clear, actionable insights. Help you, the listener, understand this alternative.
So let's get into it. What is AT&T Internet Air fundamentally?
Okay, so at its core, it's AT&T's take on fixed wireless internet for your home.
Fixed wireless, meaning no cables running into the house.
Exactly. It runs entirely on their 5G network. That's the key difference from, your typical cable or fiber connection. It's a total departure from that physical line.
That feels like a big shift.
It is. And what's fascinating here, I think, is the strategy behind it. AT&T is essentially betting big on using their existing 5G mobile infrastructure built for phones, right, to double as a home internet solution.
Leveraging what they already have.
Precisely. It's about network convergence. Can they use that mobile spectrum effectively to replace the need for expensive wired installations everywhere? Its success could really shake up how home internet is delivered, especially outside major fiber areas.
Okay, that makes sense strategically. And practically for the user, you mentioned hassle-free setup. That's a big part of the appeal, right? Tony's how-tos really emphasize this.
Absolutely. Instead of waiting days for a technician, you get this small Wi-Fi router device in the mail.
It's the router.
Well, it's a modem router combo, technically, that connects wirelessly to the 5G tower. You just plug it into a power outlet, maybe use an app to find the best spot in your house for signal.
And that's it. You're online.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
The reviews suggest it's often just a few minutes. Super simple.
Okay, that ease of setup, it definitely tackles a major pain point. But does that simplicity hide any technical catches later on? Or is the setup part genuinely smooth?
It's a fair question. The setup itself, genuinely smooth from all accounts. The technology for that part is pretty mature now.
Right.
The trade-offs, if you want to call them that, come later, mostly around performance consistency, which I know we'll get to. But that initial plug and play, it's a huge advantage. Think about renters, temporary needs.
Yeah, people moving often.
Exactly. It caters to that modern need for instant connectivity and flexibility. It really challenges the old model of needing a pro install for home internet.
Okay, so easy start. But the million-dollar question, how does it actually perform day to day? Tony's how-tos mentions speeds, typically around 90 to 300 megabits per second down.
Correct. 90 to 300 megabits per second down.
Correct. 90 to 300 megabits down, and generally around 8 to 30 megabits for uploads.
Right. So for our listeners who know a bit about this stuff, what does that actually mean? What can you realistically do with those speeds?
Well, for most households, that download range, 90 to 300, that's actually pretty solid. You can easily stream 4K video on multiple TVs, handle video calls, browse, download reasonably large files without feeling much lag.
Okay, so streaming, work from home stuff is generally fine.
Yeah, for the most part. The upload speeds, 8 to 30, are also decent for things like Zoom calls, sharing photos, typical remote work tasks.
Where might you notice a difference compared to, say, fiber?
The main difference, beyond just the peak speed potential of fiber, is often latency. That's the responsiveness, the delay.
So for really high-intensity, competitive online gaming where every millisecond counts, fiber's direct wired connection usually still has the edge. But for, I'd say, 90% of what people do online, those speeds are quite capable.
Good context. Now let's talk money, because internet bills, they can be frustrating.
Often complex.
Yeah. AT&T Internet Air seems simpler. Tony's review highlighted $60 a month standard, or $47 if you have an AT&T mobile plan.
Right, that bundle discount.
And crucially, no contracts, no hidden fees, no price hikes after the first year. The equipment's included, too.
That transparency is refreshing compared to the usual maze of promo rates and equipment rental fees.
It really is. Is this something they can offer because it's maybe not directly competing with top-tier fiber everywhere? Or is it genuinely trying to disrupt the pricing model?
I think it's probably a mix of both. It's definitely strategic positioning. Look, where AT&T has fantastic fiber coverage, they'll likely push that. But Internet Air lets them compete effectively where fiber isn't, or where cable is maybe the only, often expensive, options.
So it fills a gap.
Exactly. And in those areas, this simple, no-contract, predictable pricing is disruptive. It appeals directly to customers tired of the old games, the expiring deals, the lock-ins. It gives you more financial control, which people really value.
That makes a lot of sense. So thinking about that strategic positioning, who is this service really built for? Where does it make the most sense?
Yeah, that's key. While someone in a city might choose it for simplicity, its real value, its sweet spot, is definitely for folks in, say, rural or underserved areas.
The places without good cable or fiber options.
Precisely. Remember your Maya example. For someone like her, this could be a game changer. It bridges that digital divide.
Okay.
It's also great for, apartment dwellers who maybe can't easily get new lines installed, or renters who move frequently, like your David example. Even for temporary needs a second home, maybe a construction site needing quick setup.
So flexibility and filling gaps are the main drivers.
I'd say so. It's about providing a decent option where traditional wired internet either fails to reach or just isn't practical.
Right. But like any tech, especially wireless, there have to be some caveats, some things to watch out for. It can't be perfect for everyone.
Definitely not. And the main one is inherent to wireless dependency on the 5G signal. Meaning speeds can fluctuate, just like your phone might slow down in a really crowded area. The 5G network powering Internet Air can get congested during peak times. So that 90-300 Mbps range. It's typical, not necessarily guaranteed 24/7.
So network congestion is a factor.
It is. And Tony's how-tos also mentioned something about heavy users potentially seeing slowdowns.
Yeah, what's happening there? Is it like a data cap?
It's usually not a hard cap where things just stop working.
Yeah.
It's more often what they call network deprioritization.
Deprioritization.
I think of like traffic lanes. If the network gets really busy, it might temporarily give slightly lower priority to the heaviest data users to ensure the overall network stays stable and usable for everyone.
Okay, so not cutting you off, but maybe slowing things down a bit if you're using a ton of data during peak hours.
Exactly. It's a traffic management thing for wireless resources. So your actual experience really depends on your specific location, how strong the 5G signal is, how close the tower is, how many other people are using it.
Its availability is still rolling out, right? It's not everywhere yet.
Correct. Service is definitely still limited geographically. You have to check availability for your specific address.
Okay, so let's pull this all together. AT&T Internet Air. It sounds like a low-commitment, easy-to-use internet option.
That's a good summary. Simple setup, predictable price.
And it seems best suited for households with, let's say, light to moderate internet needs. People who value portability and ease over having the absolute fastest, lowest latency connection possible.
I think that nails it, especially if you're in an area where your other options are limited or non-existent.
So, for you, the listener considering this, what's the absolute key takeaway?
I think the crucial insight is self-awareness about your own needs. You really need to match the solution to your specific situation.
Know thyself, internet-wise.
Basically, how much data do you actually use?
Uh-oh.
What do you use it for? Is super low latency critical for you, like for serious gaming? Or is reliable streaming, browsing, and video calling your main focus?
Right?
If your needs align with what Air offers good speeds for most things, simplicity, predictability, and especially if wired options are poor, it's a very compelling choice. It's about finding the right internet fit for your life.
That's really well put. What an interesting exploration this has been from AT&T's bigger strategy, the super simple setup, the clear pricing, who it really helps, and those important wireless caveats.
Yeah, covers a lot of ground.
So for you listening, what does this mean? Maybe you're one of those people struggling with bad internet, or you just hate dealing with traditional providers. Hopefully this deep dive gives you a much clearer picture of whether AT&T Internet Air could be a solution.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. What's fascinating here is seeing how our whole concept of home internet is shifting away from just being about physical wires.
Good point.
It raises a bigger question for you to think about. As these powerful wireless networks keep expanding, what new doors does that open? How might it change connectivity in remote places and maybe even change aspects of our daily lives in ways we haven't fully imagined yet?
Yeah, the potential for change is huge. It's definitely a connectivity revolution still unfolding.
It really is.
A future worth watching, for sure. Thanks so much for diving tech with us today. We hope this helps you navigate your own internet choices. Until next time.